Alright everyone, welcome back to the Bar&Grill. I think it's an update time on my flower garden. Seeing as how we've got some lilies flowering, but anyway, since I put the petunias in, they've really come a long way. They're starting to flower nicely now. And as for my lilies, well, here's how my lilies are looking. They are flowering like crazy. Seeing as how the groundhog likes to eat these plants, so far the groundhog's been leaving these ones alone. So, but these are how the lilies are looking this year. They look better this year than they did last year, so you can see the nice pretty colors that are in there. And then of course these flowers are starting to get their flower buds here, and they will get about yay high, so they're starting to grow, and the flower buds coming up on here. These flowers are from Holland. I forget what these are called, but they're very pretty. They're a purple flower, and it flowers from the top. When it starts to flower, it goes from the top and works its way down. And the honeybees really love these flowers. Then I've got other lilies here in the back. These are white and purple. They're more or less like a cut flower, and you do have to tie those up. And of course my petunias are doing good, and geraniums. There's the my geraniums here. My petunias that I've got in here are doing really nice. And as we come over, we've got my other flowers that are doing really good since I put them in, flowering up nicely. And then of course my lilies over here that are doing really good as well. They'll be flowering too within the next month or two. I say around the middle of July is when we'll start seeing flowers being produced. But I like the petunias because they're a ground creeping plant, and they just creep along the ground, and all you do to keep them flowering, you got to keep suckering the dead stuff off. You always pick the, if you don't, they won't flower as nice. So that's one thing I learned from my father, was you got to keep suckering your plants. It's called suckering, by picking off all the dead stuff like in here, and it promotes more growth every time you do this. Same thing with your geraniums. When they get to a certain point, you break them off down to the stem to promote, and if you see any leaves like this, get them off the plant right away, and it keeps the plant nice and healthy. As you can see how we still got a lot of flower buds on here. As you can see, we won't be picking this head off yet. Like this one's almost done. So once these flowers are done, then we just basically follow the stem down to the stalk and pick it off. So this is how my flower garden is looking for this year. And by the way, when you pick stuff off like this, leave it in the garden, because that's going to act as fertilizer and gives the plant food. So whenever I do maintenance on my garden, I always throw the stems and everything back into the garden. Just leave them there and just let them go back into the soil naturally. So looks like I got a one that fell off. Sometimes it does happen. It looks like I've got 3 falling off on this one. But yeah, so everything's looking good. So as the summer progresses along, we'll keep an eye on these things And you can see how they flower. And then of course we'll be checking out the lilies from Holland. And then of course I have my wild tiger lilies back here. That's what these are. And no stems have started coming up yet. They won't come up until around probably mid-July. So anyways, that's it for this video. So that's how the garden is looking in the front of my house. So there we go. Another nice close-up shot of the lilies. Away we go. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, make a comment, and hit that bell for more notifications. Until next time, we'll talk to everybody later. Bye for now.